Hello. Oh my god, my candle fell. So originally, right, I wanted to actually light this candle to have this like Christmassy vibes, right? And then I thought to myself, maybe it's not the wise choice because if I did that, I might actually burn this place down. So cannot make it work. I used to like freaking play that game all the time with my neighbors and my sister, and we would just be like waddling around, throwing snowballs and shit at people. My favorite part of Club Penguin is like probably the freaking beanbag game. You know the beanbag game in the coffee shop, the one where you do this and then like it jumps down and up. I think that was the one of the best. Oh, actually, scratch that. I actually like the ski lodge game. The one where you fish and you see all the fish in the bottom, and then there was like sharks sometimes, and then there are like boots sometimes. That was really fun. Oh, and the last one in my mind, it's the mine card game. I know it's overrated, probably one of the more overrated one after the freaking ski sled game. You could do flips there, okay, while you like travel down the cave, and I thought that was the most fun part. Handstand on a fucking mine cart. Like, when can you do that in real life? I cannot, because my life is that boring. That was cool. And then there was also like the new installment of like the dojo and the icebergs and everything else. And I remember the secret agent game. There were actually arcs that you could play with, you know, like the safe one, the locker one. And then there was also like you were stranded in a fucking like island. If I'm not wrong, is it called Herbert the Bear or something? Like, was the bad guy, I guess, and all this, and stealing puffles and whatever. I fucking love Hubble. That was the one that I spent most of my time on when I was a kid. Hubble was like a good place, a good time if you have the money. And I remember going to like game shop, and I went there to go buy the Hubble card where you can like scratch off the thing in the back of the card, and then you key in the password, and then you get the credits, right? And I was a Hubble Club member, I remember, for like how many months? Maybe like 2 to 3 months, and it was like freaking amazing because they had the best hairstyles out there. The pigtail was one of my favorites. Back in the days, like what, 2006, 2007? I remember the hallways. So Hubble used to have like, I think 5 parts hallways where it kind of like join each other, and then like the fun part was my friends and I used to actually freaking like play there all the time, playing hide and seek. We would like hide behind the borders or walls or like the freaking chairs. We pretend we were someone else, and then you know, the seeker had to find us and then like chase after us, and then if we're like two square blocks behind, that means you're it, and now you're the one that has to be like the seeker. To this day, Hubble is still online, but it's just not as good as it was before. Kind of wish they still had that section where we could kind of like just reminisce all these old times. I remember when like the stereo was a big deal, like buying a stereo, and then like you buy the CD so you can like play it in your room, and it actually plays in your room, the songs. It was pretty fun. MapleStory was like one of the bomb, and I still play to this day, but not as often. I'm pretty sure this one is for sure that they added a lot of other like playable characters, or like the streamline of the stories for different paths. I liked MapleStory, or I played MapleStory just for the vibes of like the fantasy MMORPG side-scrolling 2D kind of vibe to it. Never really got involved with like the events or whatever because I could never get the money. I didn't know how to buy like those MapleStory cards. I don't think it was the same as Hubble, or was it the same? But all I remember was that access to Hubble for the money was like much easier because I had to buy just the cards from those game shops. Whereas for like MapleStory or Club Penguin, I think you had to use like credit card, and like my parents were a big deal of like saying no to credit card. So a few years back, I tried playing it again with my friend, but this time we played oh shit, I forgot the name. It was basically the newer generation MapleStory timeline where I played Mercedes a little bit, but I found my true calling, which was Phantom. I loved Phantom. But I never got to finish it because I think my laptop started like waving on me, and then my friend and I just didn't really continue it much anymore because we were focusing more on Minecraft. I used to play like those website games like y8.com, Barbie.com, or was it like everythinggirls.com? So it's like I played dress up games online, and then I played like those ragdoll games. It was really free and fun. And I remember, I think one of my favorite games was also like this flash game called Betty Beer. So you played as this really smexy Betty who kind of like gives their customers beers, and then like I just used to think she was so hot. I used to also play in PBS Kids .org, or was it pbs.org? Basically, there was like cyber chase, and then there was like those mini games where like you play the school games where like you run to your classrooms, and then there was the one where you do babysitting games, like you babysit this boy, and then like when he tries to eat cake, you give him apple, and then like when somebody knocks on the door, you don't answer the phone, or you don't answer the door because like if you do, then like you're a shitty babysitter because you're like endangering yourselves and that kid that you're babysitting. I remember that kid's face. It was Disney actually. Disney made like this game called Toontown where like you go around the town. Bots were taking over the town. So when you encountered bots, you had to kind of like have like those comedic props to kind of like defeat the bots because they were too serious. So you had like flour where you throw water at them, and then you had like pie shootings and whatever. I do remember fishing in Toontown. That was also one of my key highlights, just going by the pier near my house or something, and then you do fishing. That was fun. And swimming scared the shit out of me because like the thing was weird, but whatever. This is Layla. I'm happy to talk about early 2000 shit. See ya!